Since Nigeria's political independence, the country has continually wobbled from one economic woes to another. Available records indicate that after the colonial rule, no succeeding administration has fared better than the one it succeeded. At the time, Nigerians believed that they were going to heave a sigh of relief from the trouble-infested administration of President Muhammadu Buhari. Little did they know that something worse lies ahead. The continued downward slide took a turn for the worst within the 9 months administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, leaving Nigerians swimming in anguish, great pains, uncertainty, heartbrokenness. The current calamitous situation has not come to many as a surprise. At the swearing-in ceremony of the new government, the president had announced the withdrawal of the controversial fuel subsidy, and that was the masterstroke that dealt the economy and Nigerians a death blow. A senior lecturer in economics and director, Center for Entrepreneurship Studies, University of Agric and Environmental Sciences, Omagwo, Imo State, Dr. Desmond Echeta spoke on our journey to this point.
You see, on the day of inauguration of this present administration, an announcement was made on fuel subsidy removal. And I tell you, that actually triggered the economic hardship we are having now. And the reason is that there are certain fundamentals that ought to have been dealt with before fuel subsidy removal, and that was not put in place. It's just about last month that the National Minimum Wage Committee was inaugurated, and that ought to have been done before the fuel subsidy removal, to at least review the workers' salary such that they'll be able to have something in their pocket. They'll be able to have that purchasing power to buy goods and services, but that was not done. So you can't just remove the fuel subsidy without putting certain things in place. What about those that have to move from one point to the other? You ought to have provided and improved on transportation infrastructure. Provide alternatives so that the people can at least make use of them. So what actually triggered what is happening now is the removal of fuel subsidy, which was wrongly done.
Also, a senior journalist in the state and publisher of the New Oriental newspaper, Mr. Martins Ori, took another excursion on the cause of the current economic upheaval, knocking President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his ill-preparedness to govern Nigeria.
There was no way President Ahmed Tinubu's administration would have been better than that of the predecessor, Muhammadu Buhari, because one, it is the same APC platform, and it's the same manifesto, the same methodology, the same people. So you cannot plant corn and harvest okra. Two, don't forget that on inauguration date on May 29th, 2023, President Tinubu told us that he was going to continue from where Buhari stopped. And that continuation means whatever Buhari did twice, is going to do times 4. Whatever Buhari did 7 times, is going to do times 14. And that is why the economy is in the shambles, because there's no idea, there's no principle, there is nothing. Tinubu didn't tell us what he was going to do when he became president. He just told us that it is my turn. It is the turn of the Yoruba people, and in that Yoruba nation, I am the one. He came unprepared. He had no idea, only that he wanted to satisfy his long dream of being addressed as the president of Nigeria. In that wise, don't expect anything meaningful. You don't need to expect anything positive from such a person.
The consequences of the government action could be located in the astronomical price increases of transportation, foodstuffs, building materials, medications, and virtually every other thing. Inflation rate is currently put at over 29%. Lamenting the situation at hand, traders at the popular relief market, Owerri, were on hand to narrate their experiences.
Seriously, it is seriously affecting us. Look at my shop, everywhere is empty, nobody. People can hardly feed, talk more of buying clothes. Is it not when you eat and you are okay, then you think of what to wear? It's affecting us seriously. Things are too expensive. The government should come to our aid. We can't buy. When you sell finish, something you sell 1,000. If you are going to buy, you buy 1,500, you buy 2,000. So it's seriously affecting us.
So elehe butekwara ni ano elehe che na ya
I am very careful, but the much of fuel, it's illegal. I hope I am more fuel, more fuel, but the man who fuel, no fuel, it's illegal. A pack of Indomie goes for almost 1,000. A pack of Indomie, or your junior machine, it has all legals who again a day. So I should become my brother.
You can't have the thing I will because on a mail, the Madonna Gari Maya, Nacho, Kahabete, Tinsego, and I got a car to them when you're in Chenny Maya. I be a big corner. I buy price, it's one. How do you buy? But I'm a boss like a heavy time. How do you buy all the same thing? Utaka people na gari Maya due to egg hard and the things they too much. The price of things the very much for them. Hana gayare. I got it. Sometimes Hana Mosu Nasi Kewe. For the be able na Hana Rombiko. This is no one for them. Now talk even to the 10 Mzurazo. Now talk below the cost price. Ebana Rombiko came Ikabula Namuku. I'm here to make obodo them here because yeah continue to some people can now more people name BP because the thing is too much. It's getting too much.
The economic situation now in Nigeria is bad. One, the rate of dollar now is high, and it makes things in the markets more higher. We can see the bag of rice as of last year, December, precisely, I bought a bag of rice, 30-something thousand. At December, but now a bag of rice is almost 70-something to 80,000. And it's affecting us and it's affecting our families.
Of prices of goods. Ogoroke ekwe nzụta, gari ekwe nzụta, magi ekwe nzụta, when anyị na staff. Anyị ahụhụ ego were zụọ ha na-eri anyị atala ahụhụ ka ọ bụla ije gị otu penti gara wu 2,500 rice 70,000 per bag anyị atala ahụhụ ka ha ga-eme ya things are in order.
Achọrọ m ịkọwara ịgwa ndị na-achị achị ọchịchị ha dị anyị mma n'ahụ agụrụ na ha egbu mmadụ ndị anaghị achị anyị na-ahụ ihe anyị na-eri anyị na-ahụ ego ha no him mmadụ employ n'ọrụ ịkwụ ụgwọ ọrụ problem ndị ọrụ ọkasa na-akwụ ha ụgwọ ha bata ime ahịa bịa zụrụ anyị ihe ndị traders na-ata ahụhụ ndị workers na-ata ahụhụ ọchịchị ha dị anyị mma otu akpa rice 100,000 otu egbe eji before iji isi otu egbe eji ị ga-eji 400,000 naira azụ ya ihe na-enye n'ime ahịa oke ọnụ ụgwọ eji esi nri 1,000 naira amaghị ihe a na-achị achị Mama hache hari tuo. Atom ko ogu eruo n'office butulu mbu. Atom ko no like home. Udo chicha na hacha na anya like here. Aga hachi ndu na hachi nda na hachi anwochi a. Aga hachi ayu. Mbanda na hachi na mde tuma na hachi na nwochere. Ha bia chwaze egwu. Ha make ihe dị mma. Ala dị mma ya bara egwu bro okoko. Ụmụ mmadụ na-ata ahụhụ. Ugbu a gị ba n'ime ụlọ hiti eri ego anụ otu ibe. Ana ahụ ha ọkụ ana ahụ mmiri ṅụọ biko nụlekwa na ahụ m ebe la ahụ m agwụla anya na ahụ ọkụ.
The experience so far has been very disheartening. Has been very saddening, honestly. In fact, coming to market every day seems to me a nightmare these days. How can someone come to market each day you come to market, the prices of things that you bought the previous time have increased? I can't just explain it. Where are all these things coming from? Okay, yesterday I was in the market. Look at oil, 5 liters of oil between last year, this September and this year has over 85% increase in price. Jesus Christ. Honestly, God, only God can save us in fact. An ordinary civil servant, some of them still earn below 50,000 naira monthly. How can they survive? Talk about the market women who depend on their daily hustle to earn a living. How can they survive? This is too bad. This is too bad. I just pray the government should come and just help us. I know that the ultimate help comes from God, but our government still has a role to play to save us. Please, they should come and help.
Between 3 months spanning December 2023 and March 2024, prices have soared astronomically between 40 to 70%, depending on which product. The unabating rise in food prices was also traced to scarcity of food in the country, a situation which was created by insecurity that sacked farmers from the farm.
Now na 51,000. Tomatoes na 62,000. Shombo na 42,000. Ihe niile ri ọnụ.
Gịnị ka anyị na-azụbu ihe ndị a before?
Yauru before. Shombo highest ashim ri okwu ọnụ mazụ ya 65 or 75. Mrekwe ni amerete ihe m na ụmụ m ga.
Betu ugbo na ego ole?
Betu ugbu ha shombo si na 42,000 38,000. So before merecha ya na anwe ya anwe dede. No gain. Anụ m n'ọka ma m ga-anụ na yard. Ikekwe ebe ọbụla akọrọ asị mbibi aza aka ebe ọya ka m ji apụta nga so nwere ihe m. Sometimes m recha ya mapụ oje nna mmadụ ego njiji agba moto ala bụrụ aka ihe ụmụ m ga-eri nlaruzie ụmụ m nọ n'agụ rubu gị rubu ha ebere ga-emeterele ha.
Since it's difficult now, like bag of rice now is 70-something thousand. Carton of Indomie as of yesterday I sold 12,000. Now it's 18,500. So the thing is getting out of hand. So let our governor, let them do something.
Look at how we are now. Everything is very hard. Rice is very cost. Tomatoes is very cost. Pepper, this common pepper, there is a time that I count pepper, a quarter of pepper. Each one seed of pepper, it is 20 naira. I count a quarter of pepper. Each seed of the quarter of the pepper, each seed is 20 naira. Each seed, one seed is 20 naira. So if you didn't sell it 30 naira, that means you will fall down because of the condition where we enter. Before we are selling bag of paper 7,500 naira. Now we are selling paper 35,500 naira.
When were you selling it 7,000?
We are selling paper.
What time?
The time that we are selling paper in 2014. We are selling paper 7,500. 8,000 highest. Now we are selling paper 35,000, a small bag. That chick mash. Then we are selling big bag 90,000 naira, a bag of paper. Tomato we are selling 7,500, 8,500. Now we are selling tomatoes 35,500. Even in last week time, we are selling tomatoes 60,000 naira a basket.
Okay, what is the cause of all these things?
The problem of this thing, let Nigerian leaders look after this problem. How a person that are ruling Nigeria, a small time that just cut the subsidy of the petroleum. Before we are paying motor from north here, I used to pay motor 500,000 naira from north here. Now we are paying trailer 2 million naira. J5 we are paying 80,000 naira before from just here. Or from Kaduna to here, we are paying J5 95. Now we are paying J5 525 naira. When we are talking about this thing, drivers are telling that people is on the way, produce is on the road, police is on the road, all of them are collecting money on the road. And there is scarcity of fuel. Fuel that they are selling the 45 naira, 65 naira. Now fuel now getting to 200 naira, 2,000 naira now, 700 naira now. 1 liter of fuel. Well, gas is 1,000 plus. And all these big vehicles are using gas. Sir. Can't you look all these things up?
Clearly, there is hunger and serious starvation in the country. All sectors are indeed under siege, including the transporters, who lament of bad business and high cost of maintenance.
By this time, I go because in the matter I brew loge. But when they be here, I cannot get sometimes I call for I could seize because I went there's why here. I will before motor le jula tomato. But say and where's the customer here? What is it? She came as no customers, and the customer said I be happy. So pace the time when I come and I have fuel. My hand damage affect this and that the cost of my rice. I work on so pace the time when I have a mic. I taste we can attack. We can run and shake.
I heard this costly. Look, one basket of tomato, no more than as Talikuya. I better now go 65,000. Anyone a buzy ebu. amazikwa ihe a ga-agwa ha ga-awụzi price due to gịnị tomato dị costly. Enwekwara ndị kwesịrị ikwupụtara anyị ọnụ dịka ndị ejire ndị ka votere ndị senate na ndị House of Assembly kwesịrị ịga kwupụtakwa n'okwu gbasara anyị nwa ha niile anọrọ dị ya mmadụ na-anwụje ebe a problem dị ebe a 1 cup of garri na-asị 300 rice ma iji gị 500 naira 1 cup of rice ọ gasị problem rice ga nọ 80 something n'ime ahịa ihe na mmadụ na-asọfa ihe gọọmenti ga-eme ihe a dị mma na-awụ ndị nọ because ọwụ ihe eji ọgụ ọwụ ihe mma ihe awụ ihe ndị senate na ndị House of Assembly ga-aga kwute okwu because ahịa iji tinye ebe ahụ ọwụ ihe anyị nwa ga-anọ ebe a lụgbukọtawa onwe anyị onwe ndị ga-aga kwuchitere ọnụ anyị because asị ka emewe ihe violence ọwụ ihe ga-ebi ya.
The untold suffering has elicited protest action from across sections of the country. Aside the one-day Nigerian Labour Congress protest action, we have seen protests from Minna, Niger State, Kano, Ibadan, Lagos. Here in the southeast, opinions are divided on if protest action should be the right response to the hardship allegedly created by the government. Those who reject joining the protest mock the emergence of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu because, according to them, he is not the right candidate to fix Nigeria.
Yes, I'll be the head. I will lead the protest because I'm not happy. Look at the transportation now. For you to transport yourself from here to here now, it will be costly. Before you get transportation of 50 naira from along to here, but even 100 naira now, if you have 5,000 naira in pocket for transport, only transport will take your 5,000 naira from around your facility.
ha ga-ejikwa nwayọ president anyị were nwayọ haziere anyị obodo adị mma ọ ha ya agatara iwe ibe ike gawara iwe on the process ịda nwụọ nwere n'isi onweghị isi so president were nwayọ haziere anyị ka obodo anyị dị mma onye ọbụla nwụọ akwa aṅụrị.
We will not go because when the election starts, every zone campaign for their candidates. And everybody know the rightful candidate for them or for their zone. But because of some bias and everything, some people say that this tribe, they want us to be ruled, this tribe, they don't want them to rule. So that's why we are passing so difficulties right now, because they choose their best candidate for them. And they are the people that are ruling us. And seeing how the price of things go up, everybody is suffering it. So for us to go to protest, that means they want to kill us more again. So we don't need it. So we're going to be managing it like that until the day God will sign for us.
This action, which is more of palliative than tackling the real challenge, has not gone down well with social commentators and public opinion analysts. An Imo-based lawyer and social justice crusader, Chief Barrister Ifeanyi Olumba, condemned the Almajiri system of handout from the government, which he described as an insult to the Igbo man.
Trying to entrench this Almajiri culture will not save the situation. Nigerians don't want to be Almajiris. That's what they are trying to reduce up to. Yeah. And be sure that even these grains, 100 metric tons of grains to be distributed, will not get to the people. It is diversionary. Let the refineries work. Secure our environment. You have empowered, make the environment enabling enough. You have empowered Nigerians. They are resilient people, hardworking people. They don't like begging. You have given them wings. Let there be constant power supply. Once you have constant power supply, and then the refineries are working, the environment, Nigeria, as a nation state, is secured. Just like it used to be in the 80s. We used to have constant power supply now. Insecurity wasn't like this. Terror wasn't walking our land on two toes. Then you have given them wings, and they are ready to fly. Instead of this handout, instead of creating that conduit pipe called the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, to kind of promote the more Almajiri culture. Bringing out this 100 metric tons of grains now to distribute to Nigerians is further entrenchment of Almajiri culture.
You opine that the Igbo man any day is hardworking and can find his feet if the government will create the right environment and enthrone genuine democracy.
Okay. It is now our way of life, especially in the southeast here. As an Igbo man, I don't like being dashed something, even in the family. You don't come home to kind of reduce your people to paupers, to emergencies. If you want to help your brother, you give him money. You train him. You build the system. That's our system. You empower him. Show him how to fish. And not giving him a fish every day.
On why the citizens should make effort growing food instead of relying on government, Ori shut down the idea, insisting that giving the growing population only a mechanized system of agriculture, which only the government can afford, is what will meet the food needs of Nigerians.
On the government, provide mechanized agriculture. Look at everywhere you go around Nigeria, you see bushes, uncultivated. The land is meant for threatings. Go to America, go to Europe, go to Asia. Land is meant for threatings, and land is the source of development. Why? You use land for industrialization, you use land for agriculture, and you use land for housing. Which of these three factors do we see the government doing in Nigeria? None. So if we want to survive as a person, the government must come and know how to use land. So we want a situation where the government should please give grants to farmers, not to the politicians. Give grants to mechanize farming. Bring implements overseas that will help for mechanized farming, and then make sure that there is organized business.
What is not in doubt is that there is trouble in the land, and only a genuine, sincere action of the government will right the wrongs to stem possible revolution. But the billion-dollar question is, will the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration have the courage, the political will to fix Nigeria? Because it is the same political leaders and government officials that are sabotaging and hemorrhaging the economy. Afam Echi, reporting for Universal Heritage Television, Nigeria.